the house that time could not claim. In the quiet village of Nnung Ita, a house stood taller than any other. It was the first-story building ever built in the village, and it belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Okon, a couple once admired for their wealth, kindness, and forward-thinking ways. Their house was not just a shelter, it was a statement, a symbol of progress, pride, and dreams fulfilled. The Okons were the first family in Nnung Ita to own a white bicycle. In those days, such a thing was rare, almost magical. The bicycle gleamed in the sunlight, its polished frame catching the eyes of villagers who had never seen anything like it. Children would run behind Mr. Okon as he rode through the dusty paths, shouting in excitement, while the elders nodded in approval, recognizing him as a man ahead of his time. Inside their magnificent home, the Okons lived comfortably. The house had sturdy wooden stairs leading to the upper floor, a wide balcony that overlooked the village, and large windows that let in the cool evening breeze. Every piece of furniture inside had been carefully chosen: wooden chairs carved by the best craftsmen, woven baskets filled with market goods, and clay pots lined neatly against the walls. The house was always filled with life, laughter, and the delicious aroma of Mrs. Okon's cooking. They had children, bright and ambitious, who grew up under their watchful eyes. The house echoed with their footsteps, their chatter, and their dreams of a future beyond the village. One by one, they left, some for the city, some for distant lands, chasing opportunities their parents could never have imagined. But with each child that left, the house grew quieter. The laughter faded. The echoes of footsteps became whispers of the past. As the years passed, Mr. and Mrs. Okon grew old. Their once strong bodies became frail, their voices weaker. They would sit together on the balcony, watching the road, hoping to see their children return. But the road remained empty. The letters stopped coming. The bicycle, once a prized possession, stood unused in a corner, rusting slowly. One evening, under the golden glow of the setting sun, Mr. Okon took his final breath. His wife, who had been his companion through it all, followed soon after. The great house that had once been full of life now belonged to no one. But something strange happened. Though abandoned, the house did not fall into ruin. Unlike other abandoned homes where nature quickly reclaimed its space, this house remained untouched. No grass grew over its foundation, no vines crept up its walls. The wooden doors, though locked, did not rot. It was as if time itself respected the house, as if it refused to let go of the memories trapped within its walls. Years turned into decades. The children never returned, and their children's children only heard stories of the grand house that once belonged to their great-grandparents. Out of curiosity, some of them would visit. They would stand before the towering structure, staring at the faded wooden doors, the dust-covered windows. But none dared to enter. Instead, they would press their faces against the glass, peering into the past. Inside, The old wooden chairs remained exactly as they had been left. The white bicycle leaned against the wall, rusted but still whole. The woven basket sat in corners, filled with nothing but dust and memories. The house remained a mystery, a monument to a forgotten time. And so, it stood there, silent, waiting. Waiting for someone, someday, to step inside and bring life to its empty halls once more. What do you think could be done to the house that had been abandoned by all for more than 80 years? Can it be habitable by the new generation great-grandchildren of Mr. and Mrs. Okon? Please let me read your comment at the comment section. If you enjoyed this folktale, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and let me know your favorite part in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories.